card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice. Look at that.
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Look at this.
That is really nice.
What do you think?
Nice. Jesus. That is really super. How'd a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
I can't believe that Bryce prefers Van Patten's card to mine.
But wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. Raised lettering. Pale nimbus. White.
Impressive. Very nice. Let's see Paul Allen's card. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
Something wrong? Patrick? You're sweating.
With the 10th anniversary sales, there's an influx of new GE premiums coming around, and boy am I experiencing the full extent because I also bought the Shotcal Dalet to pair with my Shotcal Gemel for that Valley of Tears aesthetic. WMAs, TAM2 IPs, the occasional Leopard 185 NOs, and OF40 MTCA. The matchmaker is just absolutely saturated with premium players. And this will intensify as the pack sales go live next week. I've been thinking, premium players are just trying to do what everyone's trying to do, and that's get the top tier and finally play the good stuff. That's why I see a lot of videos on YouTube about players speedrunning to the F14 using the A10 or F5C because that's just the hustle. We're all trying to get to what we want to play, and it helps us get there efficiently. Drone Age brought a lot of new premiums to the game in the form of the VRCC, Leopard 185NO, and the SU-25. Of course, you will notice that I didn't mention the helicopter premiums, and I'll get to why in a bit later. And for Fire and Ice, we had the 2S38 Derivatia PVO, which has been destroying the BR attack currently. With all these premiums, we're noticing a trend that started as far back as 2019, where new players are getting into the game by buying a modern vehicle and using it extensively to grind the tree. Now, it's gotten to the point that we have an entire battle rating range called Premium Country, where 8.7 to 9.0 to 10.0 and 10.3 are saturated with premium, squadron, and event vehicles. Most of the time, they're filled with so-called one-lifers and only take in one premium tank with them, die early on, and quit. These players are vilified in the community because, well, I understand it's a cooperative team-based effort that requires each member functioning as they should to guarantee a win. And when you have a level 20 player who has barely grasped the techniques and mechanics of ground RB at that battle rating, with only one tank in a game that revolves around lineups, I understand that it gives you a handicap and your loss is out of your hands. The same can be said for Air RB, but kind of in reverse, because we have all these aircraft with advanced missiles fighting aircraft with either first generation IR missiles or no missiles at all. The premium players are often ruining the game for those who just want to play Air RB, as God originally intended before dogfighting died when aircraft with AIM-9Ls and R60M showed up at 9.7. Now, of course, with all that above, it's easy to understand why the community vilifies premium players. Hell, even I have an experience with a special kind of premium player back in the olden days of War Thunder. Back at the time when helicopters were new, or in the update Valkyries, there was this player called CN Red Army, and what he would do is he'd hop on his Mi-24D at the very start of the game and start using the rockets and bombs on tanks and then quit the moment he got shot down. Rinse and repeat for about 2,000 or so games until he got the Mi-35M, the top helicopter back then. As scummy a tactic as that was, I kinda understood why he did it. He didn't want to play heli PvP, which lasted hours, when he can curate his grind by cutting it into short segments of RB games that he can quit and return to the next day. And that's the entire point of premium vehicles for some. Efficient grinding. Some players don't care about World War II. They're in War Thunder for the modern vehicles because that's the big thing in the game now. They want to get to the top as fast as possible, and the most efficient way to do that is a premium vehicle. If anything, forcing players to go through World War II before getting to modern vehicles is what created this problem in the first place. I have to come clean though. Even I fell for the premium grinding meme. I was stuck at 8.3 Sweden when I decided to build the CV9105, STRV 9040B, and Leopard 185NO lineup. One crafting event later, I've cleared out Tier 6 Sweden save for one vehicle. With premium vehicles and premium time, I could finish a Tier 6 vehicle in about a day, and if the premium for that tree was awful, I'd talisman a tech tree vehicle to achieve the same effect. For aircraft, I could grind out a top tier plane in about 5 to 6 hours with the talisman in premium time. This is why it's almost a requirement for me to put a talisman in every top tier fighter I get. If I can only experience the present day air RB power creep for a brief period before I can hop onto the new broken vehicle, I could call that a win in my book. Premium and talisman vehicles are also why I have every plane in the game, and 3 ground forces fully researched. Makes it so easy to grind out vehicles. I don't want to grind a vehicle longer than I have to, all the more in time of abysmal rewards. Seriously, I play some tier 6 lineups without talismans and get about 4,000 RP for an average victory. If I can get 8,000, 9,000, or 13,000 RP for the same match for a few golden eagles, I would absolutely do it. And that's what people are doing. They're just grinding out to the modern vehicles. As fast as they can, as fast as they should. On top of that, premium vehicles have low repair costs compared to their tech tree counterparts. You're rewarded twice as much for doing good and punished half as much for doing bad. Think about this. The tech tree A4E Skyhawk in Israeli tree has around 12,000 RP. 12,000 Silver Lions repair cost. The premium one has about 5,000. You see why premiums are getting very attractive? However, helicopter premiums don't count because, well, if you recall CN Red Army story, the time spent to grind the vehicle on Grand Army is just unreasonable, and heli PV's awful rewards cannot be saved by premiums. So when you see a KA-15 Grand RB, they're not there to grind out their heli tree, they're there to secure a win for them. So don't ever think twice about launching that ADAS or Flak Red missile. So when someone says War Thunder has a premium problem, recognize that it's a product of the game's choices to reduce rewards, lock modern vehicles at top tier, and awful repair costs. These problems weren't caused by premium vehicles or wallet warriors, they're merely just a symptom of it. If War Thunder rewarded players just as much for playing tech tree vehicles compared to premium vehicles, premium players wouldn't be so much of a problem. Think about it. Why use a tech tree vehicle that can only grind 1 tier below and 1 tier above it with an expensive repair cost, comes stock, and has awful base rewards when you can get a single tier 6 premium, grind out the entire tree, and earn so much silver lions from it? I'm not kidding when I say so much silver lions. I grinded tier 6 Sweden and earned 6 million silver lions. As a contrast, I grinded tier 7 US with tech tree vehicles and struggled to earn 100,000 silver lions. Premiums are also a conscious business decision and are the most profitable ones. That's why extra care is made to make the most of these premium vehicles enticing to play as possible. If not for in-game performance, like the SU-25 and the A-10 and the 2S-38 Derivacja, at least for collectability. I don't know, that's the only reason I can imagine anyone wanting the Dassault Milan. I don't know, that's what I think. Of course, I still get irked when half my team disappears after one death, but I kinda can't hate the player. They didn't have the luxury of grinding out half the vehicles on their tech trees as they were coming out in 2016, 2017, and so on. So to get to the stuff they want as fast as possible, they just bite the bullet and drop the 60 bucks. At least, this helps us prepare for whatever they have in store for us for the December update. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. This is the Dr. MD, and as always, Thank you for watching, and Godspeed.